So, all right, welcome back, guys. Yesterday, we've actually, discussed about the trainer introduction and features of this particular training and what are the other training options that we actually assist with. And today, we'll actually go ahead and continue with the demo sessions. All right. So before we continue, you can actually see over here, guys. We have this particular Ameerpet classroom. We also have a classroom in the Madhapur, but right now Ameerpet is the one which is actually running properly. Now we have this particular classroom, and anybody who wants to come to the classroom can actually come into the classroom as well. However, I would actually be dealing with, most probably I would actually be dealing with an online session, but you're actually welcome to actually come into the classroom. All right. So these are the course contents: advanced and beginner and advanced. So what we basically tell is like for the advanced, only the experienced guys people who actually have some real-time experience, or people who wants to claim like they want to have like 3 to 4 years of experience. They actually go through this particular advanced concepts as well. But all the other people, they actually have to compulsorily go through this particular concepts. Okay, so these are the different concepts that we would actually cover, guys. So you would actually be able to go through this. Okay, so this particular 200 hours, it is actually including both the LoadRunner as well as JMeter and this advanced concepts as well. So this is including everything, right? So JMeter is around 80 hours and LoadRunner is around 80 hours. So that would come around 140 to 160 hours. And we would actually deal with the Dynatrace and the other concepts as well. Okay, so this would actually come around nearly 200 hours. So that is that. And these are some of the weekly assessments that we have done. This is mainly for the Pavan's batch, but I do the same in my batch as well. So for example, if I take last batch, you would actually be able to see that these are all the scripts that have been submitted by different people, and these are all the different comments that I have given, and this is the marking that we have given. So guys, please remember, one thing that we would actually do is when we are actually providing our referral openings, openings through us, referral, right? So when we are actually providing recommendations to the companies for our referral openings, we would actually go through this particular, what is the work that each person has done. Okay. So only people who have actually completed, who have actually submitted most of the script and who have actually, done good work, only they would actually, get referral openings from us. We won't provide the referral openings for the other people because, it is even our reputation at stake. Like somebody, does not do the enough work, just listens to the class and, just tries to go into the job. Most of the times the referral openings, they would actually take on our words. Now, if you guys have joined the company and are not performing, then it would be our reputation online. So what we do is we actually go through this particular, sheet wherein it would clearly show you what are the different scripts that you have submitted and what is the marking. Are there did you do it properly or not? Everything, it would actually be very very clearly visible over here. And this is transparent, guys. This particular sheet would actually be shared across with you. So there is no hide and seek games. All right. So even this particular validation, the script validation would also be done with everyone on the call. So you would actually be able to see that you can actually listen to other people's validation, and you would actually be able to correct your mistakes as well. Okay, so everything is pretty open, clear. Who attended the class, which particular class people have missed, everything is open and clear. Everything is shared across with all the people who are actually contributing to this particular course. Okay, so there is no hide and seek game over here, guys. All right. So these are the weekly assessment results. And we would also be using this particular Google Classroom. And when we use this particular Google Classroom, and when I some of the things I actually put it in the Google Classroom. So everything that goes on in the Google Classroom, you would actually be able to get the markings like this. Okay, clear about it, guys? And guys, especially online folks, people, whoever is actually coming in online, I would strongly encourage you to actually put your cameras on. Okay. The main difference between the online class and the offline class is in the offline class, when I actually see your faces, what would happen is I would actually be able to understand whether you have understood whatever that I'm trying to tell or not. If you are putting in some confused face, I know that you did not understand, and I would actually try to reiterate on whatever that happened. Okay, but in this particular online class, I would not have a clue whether you understood, whether you did not understand. Somebody speaks up, that's great. But nobody speaks up, then I would not have a clue whether you understood or not. So if you put your cameras on, I would frequently be going through your videos, and I would see if somebody did not understand, then I would actually try to reiterate on the concept that I've already told. Is that clear, guys? If you are not prepared for today, maybe from tomorrow or maybe from next week, let's make it next week, right? So maybe from next week, everybody would put their cameras on. All right. So these are some of the weekly assessments, and these are some of the success stories that we have got. Okay, after completing this particular course, a lot of people were able to actually get the jobs. We actually target like at least 5 to 7, recruitments every month. At least that is the base minimum level. Like we should be able to get our students should get placed, like 5 to 7 people should get placed every month. Okay, so that is our base target. We would actually try to leverage our contacts. We would actually try to give a lot of referrals. That is one part. And there are a lot of people who actually go into the open market, and they would actually be able to try on their own. And there are a lot of people who actually got the jobs. Okay, so these are only just a few recent success stories that we have. If you actually contact Pavan, in the offline course, that is, if you actually go to the classroom, then he would actually be able to show you, like, he would actually be able to show you the names and everything. Okay, so these are some of the openings that these are some of the success stories that we've had. And guys, there are a lot of people who also are able to, once they complete the course, they'll with put in some experience, like they actually put in some 2 or 3 years of experience in the performance testing, and they've gone into the job, and within 3 or 4 months they were also able to get the appreciation from different from their organizations, because they were doing so good. All right, so the course is designed in a way that you would actually be able to get all this particular the performance testing basics, and the LoadRunner or JMeter, whatever that you have signed up for, you are able to master it. Okay, but one thing I'm clearly telling you, right, yesterday as well I told you, and today as well I'm trying to reiterate on that, is I cannot stress on this enough. If you are not able to put your work into this, it would not be sufficient. Okay, how much ever myself or Pavan actually try to tell you, like whatever the course contents that we actually try to give you, how much ever we actually try, it is not sufficient unless you actually put in the work. You have to spend at least 2 to 3 hours a day on practicing of the any tool that you are actually trying to learn. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
And guys, I'm telling you very openly, if you cannot spend at least 2 hours a day in practicing this after the class, not including the class, guys, class itself would take 1.5 hours. after the class, if you are not able to spend, at least 2 hours a day in order to practice, then guys, I'm openly telling you, you are wasting your time and money. Okay, there's no point hiding it. There's no hide and seek game. Once the course is over, you can't blame me or Pavan saying that, you know what, guys, Pavan, Sham, we did not get the job. You did not get the job because you did not, properly practice. Okay, there are so many jobs out in the market, guys, and people are struggling to get good resources. Okay, they're really struggling to get good resources. In fact, a few months back, in my team itself, we actually struggled a lot in order to get good resources. Okay, and knowing that you guys have actually not had the proper experience, we are ready to actually do the experiment on you. Okay, if I'm the hiring manager, I would actually I would not hesitate to actually pick one of the guys who have actually dedicatedly properly gone through this particular training, because if I can actually see that they've actually put in this particular work, and they're actually submitting all the scripts, and they are consistently improving in their sessions, then what that would clearly tell me that yes, these guys are good. They're ready to put in the work. Okay, clear about that, guys?
Yep.
No hide and seek game, guys. I'm openly telling you, first day, if you are not able to dedicate 2 hours to practice whatever the course contents that we are trying to tell you, then there is no point. Don't waste your time and money. Okay. And guys, we one more major difference between the other institutes and our institute, we don't do the proxies. Okay, so if somebody is here in order to get the proxies done, you are wasting your time. We won't do that. Okay, we will give as much as possible. We would actually try to tell you, we would try to explain the course content in a way that everybody would be able to understand. And once that is done, we would actually give you a lot of practice sessions, and you would have to get the job on your own. Okay, we would provide you referrals. Some of the referrals we would provide you, but you would actually have to crack the interview by yourself. Okay, we would provide you all the required support. We would do the mock interviews. We would have our friends do the mock interviews for you, because we would want them to actually understand. We would want you to actually understand what are your problem areas, and we would want to understand what are the things that are being asked out in the market. Okay, even though they are our friends, unless they actually do an interview, they won't tell us, okay, these are the interview questions that I'm going to ask in the interview, right? So in the mock interviews, we invite them, for the mock interviews, we make them sit, and we make them interview you. Then automatically, some of the questions that they ask in their own interviews would actually come out, and we would note them down. If it is already not covered in the course, we would actually start covering that as well. Okay, so there is a lot of work and effort that would actually go into this, guys. And we are not here to actually provide you the fake or proxy interviews. If somebody is here for the proxy interviews, there is please don't waste your time. All right, there are a lot of other institutes who would provide the proxy interviews. You can go ahead. Okay, and we've also seen these stories, guys. Like, a lot of people would actually come for the proxy, go for the proxy interviews. They don't listen to the course properly, and they don't even tell the course properly, right? Because the owner knows all of them are there for the proxy interviews only. So they won't even go through the course properly, and within 2 or 3 months, once they get the job, within 2 or 3 months, the work pressure would be there. Then they would actually come back to the trainers for job support. Okay, and guys, 60 to 70% of the salary that they are earning, they would actually spend out in the job support. There's no point, guys. I'm telling you, there's no point in doing all that. Please go through the course properly. ensure that you are able to understand all the concepts properly. If you actually have some questions once you get the job, if you actually have some questions, if you are actually stuck somewhere, we would, myself and Pavan would be very happy in order to help you out. Okay, take you out of any difficult situation. Okay, but that does not mean that we are actually doing your job. That does not mean that we are actually doing your scripting and executions. No, okay, that won't happen, right? So, but if there is some difficult concept wherein you are not able to go ahead, you want our help, we would actually be happy to do that. And that way we would also be able to understand, okay, what is going on out in the market, and we would actually be able to implement that in our course as well. Okay, so this is a continuous learning process, guys. We are actually learning it continuously, and we are actually trying to implement that continuously over here. All right, so these are some of the testimonials that we have, and a lot of people were able to get very good training, and they were able to get the jobs. Okay, so once you are going through the course, I would strongly request you to actually go into this particular reviews and provide the reviews as well, guys. Honest reviews. I'm not asking you for only for positive feedback. You can actually go into that, and you would actually be able to see that there are some people who are not satisfied with our training as well. Yeah, that is fine. It is all 90-10 rule, right? If we are able to satisfy 90% of the people with our course content, and if 90% of the people are actually able to get the jobs, then that is great. There is always 10% of the people who did not concentrate properly, and who just are trying to look for a scapegoat. They'll say, okay, Sham did not teach properly, Pavan did not teach properly. That's all that they would try to say. But if you actually take that particular person's history, and if you are actually trying to take, okay, what is the kind of work that they have put in, there is no work that they have actually put in. So this that blame game would always happen, but then it is fully transparent, guys. Okay.
Sir, can you please zoom the screen, sir?
Is that clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So, if somebody is actually able to go, is trying to go through this particular JMeter training, guys, we would, it is a compulsion. We would push each and every student in order to get the certification as well. Most these certifications are free, so there is no reason why anybody should not get this particular certification. So we would actually push every student in order to get this particular certification. But then, for the LoadRunner, we would actually try to ensure that you are ready for the certification. However, actually doing the certification would be your choice, because there's a lot of cost associated with the LoadRunner certification. So it would be your choice. If you are able to spend the money and get the certification, that is great, because putting in the certification would always add value to your resume. Okay, so that is always great, and you would actually be able to get very good understanding, very good opportunities when you put the certification. However, that would be your choice. But guys, JMeter certification, there is no reason why you should not do it, because that is free, and once the course is done, you should be able to go through that particular certification. So we push every student to actually get this particular certification. Okay, and from this batch on, guys, we are also trying to implement a situation wherein if somebody did not do the work, then like if we ask you to submit a script before so and so day, and you did not submit that particular script, we are actually planning to ensure that whoever did not do the scripts would be excluded from the future sessions until they actually complete that particular work. Okay, that is in the plans, but we are actually trying to see how that goes. We are experimenting on that as well. Okay, so this is our Instagram page, guys. Instagram.com/MGM IT Training. Please do follow this particular page in the Instagram. Now, one of the benefits that we actually give when you are actually following us in the YouTube, in the Instagram, and in all the other social media channels is like, we would keep posting all the latest jobs that are there, whatever the latest jobs that are there out in the market, we would actually keep posting in that particular Instagram channel. Some of the jobs we would actually hide it. They would only be for our students. But some of the jobs which are out there in the open market, we would actually try to put it in the over here. So this is an open channel, guys. Like, you would actually be able to see how many jobs are right now there in the market, and you would actually be able to try and apply for those particular jobs. Okay, clear about that, guys? So there are also a lot of free courses that we are actually putting it in our YouTube channel. So please go through this particular YouTube channel, and you would actually be able to go through this particular course.
Sir, can you send the YouTube channel of our link?
So YouTube channel, it is very simple, right? You actually search for this performance testing and automation testing. Just search for this, all right? And
Okay,
when you actually search for this, it would be the first link, like @Pavan MGM IT Training. This would be the link. You're able to
sir,
see
wait a
it.
minute. I'm writing this.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Omanikanta, can
Sir,
you please
wait a
ping me on
minute.
WhatsApp? I'll share the link.
Okay, sir.
Please ping me on WhatsApp once. I'll share the link.
I'm also sharing it in the Zoom chat. So all right, please do subscribe. Okay, there are a lot of free trainings available in this case. Okay, and all these demo sessions also would actually be shared over here. Okay, clear about it, guys? And
Sir,
guys, you can see that the September playlist also has been enabled over here. Okay, so you can actually somebody who missed the yesterday's session, you would actually be able to go through this particular session in this particular YouTube channel. Okay, and guys, when you're actually going through the video, please do like, subscribe, enable all the notifications and all that stuff. All right, please do that. All right, that would be a little encouraging for me and Pavan in order to go through this. Okay, so some of the awards that our students actually got, guys. After the course, within 6 months after they got the job, within 6 months they're actually be able to get the awards as well. Okay, so guys, there are a lot of people who are not properly going through the course. If you actually go through the course properly, you would actually be able to see that you can actually get a very good understanding. So if you actually see this, the one of the person has actually got a bonus of 50,000 rupees. Okay, so lots of people who actually got an very good appreciations from their own team members. Okay, so these are some of the referral openings that we keep pasting that we keep posting in our course, and some of the referrals that we would exclusively keep it for our own students, and the ones that are there out in the market, we would actually post it in the Instagram channel. So please do follow that. Okay, Instagram, YouTube, please do follow that. All right, so all right, guys. So that is all about the spiel about our course. Now what we would do is we would actually try to start the course. Okay. So what we are trying to do over here, guys, is we are going to start with absolute basics. There is even the people who actually went through BCom or hotel management, those kind of people also should be able to follow this course, and those people also should be able to get the jobs. And guys, I'm not telling this just like that. There are a lot of people who are actually like BCom, who are actually like absolutely non-computer science background, absolutely don't have any knowledge about the computers, have actually gone through this particular course and are able to get the jobs. Okay, so that is how we are actually trying to take this particular course. Some of the people who are actually, computer science background and people who actually have a little bit knowledge about the computers might actually be a little bored in the first 1 or 2 sessions. But then, guys, please put up with me. This would be, very, very interesting. There are some, most of the points you might know, but there are some points you also might not know, and you also would feel like, okay, this is what this is something that we need. Okay, so please ensure that you actually listen to this. Please do not ignore just because it is know your computer. I already know, don't worry about it. Please don't feel like that. Please go, please put up with me. Please listen to this particular course properly. Okay, so so let's actually go through this particular slide. Okay, so first, operating system and system configuration. What is operating system, guys? Before we actually go into this particular thing, let's actually try to understand what is operating system. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Anyone? What is operating system? What are the main components of your computer, guys? Can somebody tell me what are the main components of your computer? Yes, guys.
It's monitor, CPU.
Okay. Pavan, are you there?
Yeah,
Did you create a notes for this batch?
let me share it. Yeah,
Please.
just give me a moment. I'll go.
Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Just want to ensure that we are properly going through this particular notes as well. So, guys, this is another thing. Whatever the as part of the course, when we are actually trying to go through the course, if we are actually writing down anything, what would happen? I would actually write down in one of the Google document, and that particular document would be shared across with all of you. Okay, so whenever I'm trying to write in that particular document, you would actually be able to see that in the real time. You would actually be able to see whatever the class notes that are happening. Okay, so everything is pretty open, guys. Everything is transparent, right? So if I go into this particular documents, you'd actually be able to see that there are notes of whatever the notes that have actually we are able to go through the previous batches, the June batch, the March batch. Usually it will take we would do 2.5 months course, guys. Now, after the 2.5 months, I would take probably a week break, and so that would actually make it 3 months course duration. I mean 3 months gap between the courses. So anybody who is actually interested in learning LoadRunner, please if any of your friends are actually trying to learn LoadRunner, guys, please ask them to join this batch, because once this is done, we would only start the batch probably somewhere in this September, right? September, October, November. We'll probably start the batch only in end of November or starting of December. Okay, so that is the next batch that we are going to start. So that would be a little longer. So I would strongly encourage people to actually join this batch and continue with the whatever the learning curve that they want. Okay. Anybody has any questions, guys, till now?
I had shared it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, please check your Gmail.
Yeah. It won't automatically show here, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, guys, this would be shared across all the people who have actually, subscribed to this particular course. Okay. So, please continue. Please complete your subscription as soon as possible, guys. Right? Okay. So, KYC. First, let's actually put in the dates so that we know when we have discussed this. All right. So This is on September 5th, KYC. What is KYC? Pretty
Know your
famous term, right? What is KYC?
Know your computer.
Know your customer. This is what we actually hear from the banks and everything, right? So this particular term, we actually, tweaked it a little, and we are saying, know your computer. Okay, understand what your computer is. What are the different components of computer, guys?
CPU, motherboard, RAM, hard disk.
CPU, motherboard, RAM,
ROM,
ROM,
ROM.
Hard disk.
ROM and hard disk are? ROM and hard disk are same.
same.
Okay. Anything else?
Power supply.
Okay. that is internet, right?
PowerPoint.
Okay. Power supply, monitor, all those are normal. All right. Now guys, these are the important things. CPU, motherboard, RAM, and ROM. Now, if I just provide you with the these kind of things, CPU, motherboard, RAM, ROM, if I just provide you this, would you be able to have a computer? Would the computer run properly? Yes, guys.
No,
Why not?
OS is important.
OS is important. Okay, your operating system should actually work fine. Otherwise, this basic hardware. These are called the hardware components of the computer. Okay, these are called the hardware components of the computer. Okay, what is CPU? Central processing unit. This is the
Central
one which
process-
would actually process all your requests or whatever the things that the computer is supposed to do. This would actually process all this particular requests. And what is the motherboard? This would actually try to this is the one which would actually send the request to the CPU, RAM, ROM, all these things. Okay, what is RAM? Yes, guys.
Random access memory.
Random access memory. Okay.
Memory.
So this is a temporary memory. This is a temporary memory
Temporary memory.
wherein the CPU would use this particular RAM in order to process the requests. Okay. The CPU would actually use this particular RAM in order to process this particular request. All right. So this is the temporary memory. All right. But if you want to save some data in this particular computer, where would it be saved?
RAM, ROM, hard
ROM.
disk.
Okay, in the hard disk. All the data that you are actually trying to save would actually be there in the hard disk. Okay.
Hard disk.
Yes. Okay. So if you are actually trying to access some data, and if you are actually trying to process on top of that particular data, what would happen? That data would actually be brought onto the RAM and it would actually be processed. Okay. So these are the major hardware components of the computer, of any computer. Right. Now, guys, with just this particular hardware components, you would not be able to run, run the programs that you actually want to run. Okay. What is the extra thing that you need?
yes, operating system.
Operating system. Okay. Operating system. What is this particular operating system? Operating system is the one which would actually make the CPU and RAM understand the commands that you are actually getting from the user, and they would actually be able to process this particular commands. Okay. See, what is computer? We are actually trying to, do some basic commands. That's as simple. If I want to give a very, very simple definition, that is the simplest definition that I can give. Whatever the commands, whatever the processing that I have to do on anything, I would actually be able to get it done with the computer. And in order to do that, you need to have the CPU, motherboard, RAM, and ROM. But just this hardware components would not be sufficient. I would also need the operating system and a lot of other programs. Now, this operating system is the base program which would actually be able to ensure that you would the computer would actually try to understand whatever the kind of requests that the user is giving and how to process those particular requests. Okay, clear about this, guys? Yes, guys.
Yes.
Okay. How many people are non-computer science background? Can you raise your hands, or can you actually speak out? Yes, guys.
I'm non-background.
You are non-computer science background. Funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Anybody
I'm
else?
also from
Sonali, Sivamani. Okay.
yes, I'm
So,
from electrical background.
okay. At least you have a little bit of knowledge, but yes, you are also let's actually consider non-computer science background.
Yes.
And guys, don't worry. After I completed my BTech, I had absolutely no knowledge of what programming languages. I had absolutely no knowledge of what an operating system is. When people started asking me in the interviews on what that is, what this is, that is when, okay, I went back and I started learning. Okay, you know what? If I don't know this basics, I would not be able to get a job. Okay, so I can completely understand, a lot of people, even though they are computer science background, if I ask you suddenly, okay, tell me what an operating system is, they won't be able to define it in a proper manner. Guys, knowing something and properly expressing that are completely two different things. Okay, so in this course, we are concentrating on two things. One, you have to understand what the concept is. Two, you should be able to express what that particular concept is. Okay, so you should when I ask you what an operating system is, you should be able to tell, okay, this is what is operating system, Shyam. All right, and if you are not able to tell that, even if you know, that is of no use. Is that clear, guys? This is not only specific to performance testing. This is specific to anything that is that you are actually trying to learn. Okay, when you go to an interview, if the interviewer asks you some question, even if you know, if you're not able to express properly, then that is of no use. Okay, so many of the computer science background people might have actually thought, okay, what is an operating system, or what the hell Shyam is telling? But can you define it? I bet most of the people would not be able to define it properly. Okay, so guys, I would strongly encourage you today, go back after the course is done, after this class is done, go back, Google it. Okay, what operating system is. Okay, go to the Google and search what is operating system in computer. Okay, now it would give you a very good definition. What is operating system? Operating system is a software that manages the computer hardware and software resources and provides services for computer programs. It acts as an interface between the computer's hardware and the user. Some of the things an OS does include processing data, running applications, file management, and handling memory. Okay, this is what an operating system is. All right, so guys, some of the people can actually, tell it in your own words. All right, which is really, really good. If you can tell it in your own words, that is really, really good. But if you cannot tell it in your own words, guys, there is no harm in actually by-hearting this particular definition. Or for that matter, any definitions that I'm going to tell you, please do by heart. If you are not confident enough in order to put it in your own words, please by heart those definitions. Please ensure that you understand how to actually put it across when you are actually telling it in the interview. Okay, so guys, there are again, there are two things that you have to actually do it in this course. One, you have to learn the software properly. You have to learn the tool properly. And two, you should be able to express whatever that you know in the interviews properly. If you are not able to express whatever you know in the interviews properly, that is of no use. Okay, so guys, what are we going to do about it? Every day when the class starts, we would actually ask you some questions. I would randomly pick, like, I would say, okay, Nandini, can you please tell me what operating system is? Nandini?
Yes, sir. Sham. Yes.
Yeah. Tell me what an operating system is.
It's manage computer hardware and software devices so that we can run our system.
Yeah, that could be a lot better, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
go through this particular definition multiple times, and when you actually go through this particular definition multiple times, what would happen? You would actually be able to get a proper understanding of what this particular there are some words that you actually have to use in the interviews. Okay, and those words are very, very important. An operating system is a software that manages computers, hardware and software resources. If you actually use this particular hardware and software resources, that would have been much, much more beneficial. Okay, and what does the operating system does? It processes the data, runs the application, it does the file management and handles the memory. Okay, so you would actually have to ensure that these words are actually there in your answer. Okay, clear about it, guys? It acts as an interface between the computer's hardware and the user. So you can shuffle it around, but then some of the words you would actually have to use, whether you are putting it in your own words or whether you are actually trying to by heart the definition. Is that clear, guys? Yes, guys. Everyone.
Yeah, clear, Sham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear.
Please go through this, guys. Please ensure that that's what I'm trying to tell you. After the course, after the class, you would have to spend at least 2 hours in order to understand, in order to practice. Even though it is theory part, don't think that okay, there's only theory. I can once the class is done, I can relax. No, that is not possible. All right. Even though it is a theory class, you would actually have to by heart all these definitions. You would have to go through all these particular definitions properly. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, now what are the popular operating systems that are there?
Linux, Ubuntu,
Popular OS.
Windows,
Linux,
Windows,
Ubuntu, Windows,
Mac OS.
Unix, Mac, right? So Solaris. Okay, so these are some of the popular operating systems that are there. Okay, now if you actually talk about the operating systems on your mobiles, on your mobiles as well, there are operating systems, guys, isn't it? So what are the operating systems on the mobiles?
Android,
Android,
iOS.
iOS. Okay, so you also had that particular Amazon operating system. I can't remember the name. We had that particular Amazon phone. That is discontinued now, but that was one popular operating system that we had. All right. So guys, you actually have all these different kinds of operating systems. Okay. Now, each operating system actually has a different way of dealing with things. Okay, and the look and feel of this particular operating systems are different. Okay, and what is the popular operating system that we all use?
Windows.
Windows, obviously, right? We are all addicts of Windows. Okay, if we get the Linux operating system, we would be like, okay, what the hell is going on, isn't it? But Windows operating system, we are all very, very comfortable. Okay, so guys, one more thing that you actually have to go through is also learn a little bit of basics. You don't need to be a master of it, but you have to learn a little bit of basics of the Unix commands as well. Okay, we'll actually try to teach you some of the little bit of basics of the Unix commands, but then how much ever you actually increase your knowledge on this particular Unix commands, that would be much, much more beneficial. Okay, so basically we have this particular Windows operating system. Okay, now what is this particular there are several versions of this Windows operating system again, isn't it? What is the latest Windows operating system that is out there in the market? Yes,
Windows
guys?
11.
Windows 11.
Windows 11, isn't it? Now, what are the previous versions? We had Windows 10, we had Windows, XP, Windows Vista, a lot of different operating systems that are there, isn't it? So these are what that we would know, guys. Okay, these are what that we would actually use. But guys, please remember, these operating systems are there for your personal computers. Personal computers. All right. Now, what is the difference between the personal computers and the servers? Yes, guys. You have a lot of differences. Okay. On the personal computers, you actually have very less capacity of the systems. For example, if I actually have to know what is the capacity of my own system, then what I would do? Yes, guys. Can anybody tell me what how I would actually be able to understand the capacity of my system? Yes, guys. Go into this PC, go into the properties, and you would actually be able to see what are all the properties of this particular system. Okay, this is the basic thing, guys. Right? This is a basic thing. All right. So, what is my device name? What is the processor? What is the processor that we actually have? All right. So, you would actually be able to see that I have an i5 processor, which is 3230M CPU. All right. This is an Intel Core processor. And what is the RAM that I have? I have 8 GB of RAM.
8 GB.
All right. And what is the operating system that I have? I have 64-bit operating system. And what is the operating system specification? Windows 10. Okay. So I have a Windows 10. I do not have Windows 11. My machine is a little bit old machine, guys. This is not, this does not have Windows 11 capability. Okay, Windows is not supporting me to upgrade to Windows 11. Okay, this would the support of this Windows 10. When would this end? Anybody knows? Yes, guys. Anybody knows when the Windows 10 support would end?
May 2025.
I believe it is October. Support of Windows 10 would end in October 2025. Let's just check it, right? Support of Windows 10. All right. So when would it end? It would end in October 2025.
14.
So what
October
does this
14,
mean?
2025.
What do you mean by the support? What do you mean by support? Yes, guys. What do you mean by support? Support means the major, very important thing is the security updates. It would not, Microsoft would not provide us any further security updates. So we hear every day, right? Like there are hackers that are trying to get into your computer, and they're actually trying to steal all your information, your banking account information, and everything. But for all that, at a Windows level, at an operating system level, what would Microsoft do? Microsoft would actually try to provide you the security updates. But after October 2025, the Microsoft would actually stop providing you that particular security updates. So what would happen? What would happen? My system would actually be prone to hackers. If if somebody actually want to hack my system, they would actually because I'm not up to date with the security updates, they would actually be able to hack my system. That is, they would actually be able to access my system unauthorized in an unauthorized way, and they would actually be able to get my personal information. If there is any personal information that I'm trying to save, then they would actually be able to get the personal information. For example, if I actually go into this particular documents, you would actually be able to see that I have a folder called personal. Right? Somebody is able to access this particular my system without my permission, and they're actually able to get into this particular personal folder. They would be having privy to access to all my personal data, isn't it? Everybody has this kind of folder on their machines? Yes, guys?
Yes, we have.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what would happen when you actually have that kind of things? All your personal information is leaked. Like some people, they would also, put their banking information in that particular personal folders. What would happen when they actually put the banking information in the personal folders? Yes, guys? What would happen when they put the banking information in the personal folders? Yes, guys.
Lose the money.
Somebody is able to get the access to the particular folder, and you would lose all the money that is there in your bank, isn't it? So, guys, please be careful in actually keeping your machine up to date, keeping your machine always with the latest security patches. Try to ensure that you have some kind of antivirus that is there on your system. Right? Clear about it, guys? Yes, guys.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is what we actually have. Okay. So the basic information, where would you be able to get it? You can go into your My PC, click on My PC, and go into the properties. You would actually be able to get the basic information of what this particular system is. You would actually be able to get all the basic information over here. Okay. What is your device name? What is your what is the processor that you have? What is the RAM that you have? You would actually be able to get the basic information. Now, guys, what is the other way wherein you would actually be able to get this particular basic information? For example, your system is not performing well. Then where would you go in order to understand what the problem is?
Manager.
Task manager. Very good. Okay. So I would actually go into the task manager, and over here, if I go into the performance tab, you would actually be able to see that there is this particular information. Okay. So what is my CPU? My CPU is like 1.2 gigahertz. Okay. Presently, the speed is actually 1.2 gigahertz. But what is the complete speed? It is 2.6 gigahertz. Is it matching? Yes, guys. 2.6 gigahertz. Everybody able to see my mouse, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the number of logical processes that are there? I have 4 logical processes, and actually I only have 2 cores. Okay. And then, guys, I actually have the how much memory do I have? Yes, guys? 7.9 GB. Okay. I have an 8 GB memory, but 7.9 GB is actually usable. All right. Yes, guys. Everybody able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the hard disk? I have a HDD. What is HDD? Yes, guys. What is HDD?
Hard disk drive.
Hard disk drive. And what is the latest thing that you have in the hard disk?
SSD.
SSD. What is SSD?
SSD.
Solid state drive.
Solid state drive. Okay. So HDD is hard disk drive, and SSD is solid state drive. All right. So solid state drives is the latest one, and they store data in the flash memory, while HDD store the data in the magnetic disk. Okay. So SSDs are much faster, and they actually be able to offer more storage, volume, speed, and efficiency. All right. Whereas HDD is a little bit slow. Not a little bit, it's a lot slow. Okay. So, guys, mine is a very, very old machine. I believe I actually bought this in 2000. 2000. When did I go to US? 2010, 11. Sorry, 2013. Yeah, 2012 I went. 2013 I went to US, and yeah, in US I bought this machine. In 2013 we actually have I bought this machine, so it is around 11 years old. All right. So at that time, we had the, SSD was, just coming in. I didn't want to take a risk because I didn't want to experiment on the latest technology at that time. So I bought a HDD at that time. All right. So this is what, the machine configuration is, right? Is this clear, guys? Yes, guys. Everyone.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, yeah. So this is what we have on the operating system. And guys, let's say I want to know what my device name is. Right? I want to know what my device name is. So how would I be able to know what my device name is? I would also be able to go into this particular command prompt, and I would actually be able to type in host name, and I would actually be able to know the device name. Okay, is that clear, guys? Yes, guys. Okay,
yes.
so the same thing that I'm actually able to get over here, the device name, I would actually be able to get it from there as well. Okay. All right, guys. I think some of the people already started dropping, and we are over an hour. So shall we stop it over here and shall we continue tomorrow? Okay.
Yes. Now, what is the course? You showed the course, right? What is the course 2 course?
What is the course? We'll discuss about it tomorrow. We'll
In the CPU. Okay. Yeah.
what a course is tomorrow. Okay. Because that will take a little bit long. I don't want to keep people, here, and we can actually some of the people already dropped, so we can actually have all of you, and we can actually discuss on that. Okay. Any questions, guys? All right. Let me stop recording. And